Alright, so this is going to be a 5-minute video. I'm only going to be talking about this sheet right here that you see in front of you. Really, what this goes into is it goes into the early game vision, which is primarily centered around scouting the jungler, tracking the jungler, and getting as much information on where he is on the map. And for the second part of the sheet, it's simply just the different objectives, the different likely scenarios that you're going to end up in most of the time in your games. This is obviously excluding some details, but again, to keep the general vibe, I only take in the most common situations, which is again just when you go to set up Baron, when you go to set up Drake, and also when you go to push down mid lane, and also when you split push. Those are usually going to be the most common scenarios in the mid game, where you want to know how to lay out proper vision. Now, just to explain a few details here so that you can follow along. When seeing the blue jungler here, this shows the lines where you should worry about the blue side jungler coming in when you are playing the red side, and vice versa. If you see the lines here from the red side jungler, this is from the perspective of the blue side top laner. Same thing for mid, same thing for bot. So just so that we are clear on that, and to really just finish off this whole thing, the way that you decide between which kind of wards that you want to place down when thinking about the jungler is think about whether the jungler has a dash or a form of terrain scaling. So for example, if you're playing against Olaf, you're not going to be usually warding around the Drake that often, because he usually is going to be walking through a tri-brush or through some other kind of way. He's not going to be flashing over the wall or using blast cone very often, at least. So in that situation, you don't have to worry too much about him traveling over into the Drake pit instead of having to directly go through the tri-brush. But against someone like Graves or Kha'Zix, who regularly just jump over walls whenever they go from camp to camp or from camp into a gank, that's when you will actually have to worry about warding these locations where these junglers will very likely go to. Same thing with mid lane, as you can see right here. If you expect that the jungler is going to be ganking you, you're more so going to be looking to get vision that can protect you against, again, Drake traversal or Herald traversal, and in general just vision that gives the most area of effect. Now, for the mid game, very simple concept here, which is the onion layering. This is coming from a colleague of mine whose name is Cyclone, and he coaches teams regularly, and this is something that he actually came up with that I am now giving to you, which is the onion concept. That you have the center of the onion being the pink wards, and then you have the layers going out just being the added layers on top. And that's really all you need. The sheet explains really everything that you need to know, and that's pretty much it for the video. Anyway, if you like the video, if you like this Google Sheet and you find it helpful, consider subscribing, consider liking, and definitely, if you have any questions, reach out to me personally on Discord. You're free to do that. I have no problems with answering any of your questions if you directly go to me. So, peace.